What up, me Wiznards? It's Dev from the place, aka Mob Ties Moses, aka Vanilla Freesh, aka Craft Dinner, because of mac and cheese. And today, we're going to look at this blue-black flash deck. Now, obviously, these flash tempo decks are like fairly popular right now. You see a lot of Simic on Arena. Plays a bunch of really good green cards. You know, you got stuff like Nightpack Ambusher, Frilled Mystic, even Wildborn Preserver in those decks. But you also have the Izzet Flash decks. There's a deck that's been 5-0ing MTGO League results here recently that's basically like a blue tempo deck, but it gets Bone Crusher Giant and a couple of other cards here and there. But I was really excited to try out blue-black Flash when we got a couple of cards from this new set, namely Lochmere Serpent and Blacklance Paragon. I think this is actually a really good removal piece, especially against aggro decks, gain you a little bit of life, catch you up, kill a creature. All that's good, but it's still a threat against decks that don't play as many creatures. So that's sweet, but Lochmere Serpent. Like, Flash on this almost seems like a mistake. It can come down and just finish games super quick, especially if you only need, 7 to 14 damage to finish things. Just sacrifice an island or two, and you're done. So, just protects itself well, too. I know it costs a lot of mana, but even in a tempo deck like this, it's just definitely worth playing. We're not playing any 4 or 5 drops to lead up to this or anything. We're just hoping to kind of control the game. And counter spells, and we've got 11 different counters to do that. So we counter spells very well in the early game. Try to control the board state as much as we can, and then outclass whatever they tried to do with Lochmere Serpent. But we can still win off of cards like Brazen Borrower, and Blacklance Paragon again can attack for damage. Brineborn Cutthroat can be the biggest creature in the deck. Spectral Sailor even flies over for damage from time to time. So we do have threats outside of Lochmere Serpent to back it up, but Lochmere Serpent can usually take advantage of the damage we've been able to deal up to that point in the game when we drop it, and then just go unblockable a turn or two and just finish things off. So Lochmere Serpent made me super excited to play this deck, but we even get stuff like Tyrant Scorn and Disfigure, and I think that that's the main attraction over a deck like Simic is, we don't get Nightpack Ambusher, which is like one of the best cards for a deck like this, period. And even Frilled Mystic, which is pretty insane too. I like Mystic Snake. I like Frilled Mystic. But in this deck, we get to play removal. The Simic deck doesn't get to do that. If something does slip through the cracks, then it can just be like game over. DEFCON 1 at that point. If even just like a medium-sized creature hits the board, it can be tough dealing for that deck. But in this deck, we get Disfigure as a concession to the early, aggro matchup. Same thing with Blacklance Paragon, but this can take out huge stuff on the ground some of the time, Questing Beast or whatever. It's really good against. And then Tyrant Scorn, too, just takes out small creatures like it's nobody's business, and even can, pop back a Questing Beast during their attack phase. So it's actually a lot of really cool stuff going on in this deck. Plus, we get, Mystical Dispute to be really good in the Oko matchups and anyone playing blue, but it's a castable card, in just about any matchup. If we're playing at instant speed, this can counter all kinds of stuff. And Brazen Borrower, I already mentioned it, but it's just again, one of the best cards in the format. Another sort of piece of early removal or tempo, if nothing else, and then a creature that can actually attack for a good bit of damage in the mid to late games. So I like the way this deck is put together, and the main question again is is it better than Simic Flash, which is already just like a tier 2.5 or tier 2 deck. So it has to be much better than Simic Flash to be a real deck. But let's go on into the arena and test out a few games, see what we can do. All right, we got one against Jace the Format Sculptor. Let's see how things go here. All right, we can Quench. They do go first, so Quench isn't quite as good. But a couple of Mystical Disputes. Hopefully they're playing blue, right? Sinister Sabotage. We have literally nothing but counters and removal on our hand, but we'll try and make it work here against Jace. Take a sip here. Another Sinister Sabotage. But hey, they are playing blue. Sucks that we have this Dismal Backwater tapped. But let's see what happens here. If it's ramp or if it's just Azorius control. Oh, okay. Temple of Epiphany. So maybe it's some sort of Jeskai thing. Maybe it's Fires. It could be Fires, and that would actually be just fine. It's in the turn, which we'll be doing a lot of here. Cycling through a turn. Teferi Time Raveler, let's go ahead and, yeah, let's dispute that. I don't think so, friend. Alright, we did not draw a blue source, which is what I really would have wanted this turn, but that's fine. We'll just draw and go. Hence the name of most control decks. Alright, I'm actually going to Quench this one. For various reasons. I'm not sure how much, good Quench is going to do from here on out in this game. Plus, I kind of want to use Mystical Dispute, then use a Quench to hopefully trick them into thinking that we don't have any more counters in our hands. We just dispute something next turn. But We'll see. I would really like another blue source here. That would just be killer, but haven't gotten it. We'll let you draw from dreams. Yes, we will. Let them draw from dreams. Another blue source, and we are good, but that's their turn right there. They were hoping to be able to cast that at instant speed. But alas. Let's opt. It's Borrower. I don't want to put Brazen Borrower on bottom. Come on. Hey, it's technically a blue source. Usually when I ask for... It happened, by the way. I ask for lands and stuff. And I always get Fabled Passage on camera. But that counts. That definitely counts. There we go. Alright, next in the turn. Teferi with lots of mana open. Let's attempt a Sinister Sabotage and see if that gets countered. It doesn't. So, hey, another blue source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually do kind of want that. Now we can get Lochmere Serpent if we ever happen across it. So let's end the turn here. Drawn from Dreams. Let's just go ahead and end this turn. Alright. Brineborn Cutthroat. Hey, that's great. That is really, really good. Thank you, deck. You're a good deck. Not you. You'll come in later. Brineborn. You're gonna try to kill it. Sabotage. You're going to dispute the sabotage. Nice. Okay. Everyone on their main deck mystical disputes. We got a Serpent, which is really sweet. Let's end the turn. Kind of just letting them have something here. And fires, of course. Knew it was fires. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 lands and nothing to cast with that fires? That's a little surprising. Let's try and Lochmere Serpent. It actually hits the dang table. And they scoop to it. Because what are you going to do about a Lochmere Serpent, buddy? Once it resolves, what are you going to do? So we did win the first one against fires. Let me just throw that out there. That's not exactly a crap deck or anything. So, you know, they tried to resolve 2 fairies, and they did resolve the fires. But apparently didn't have anything in their hand to play, so... Alright, we got one against Adabisi? I don't know. I don't get it. Like, how is that your name? Maybe their name actually in real life is Aid BC. Who knows? But they're going to go first. And drop a Scoured Barrens here. And I do like this opening hand. I don't like that we went second. That's not good. But I'm going to go with Dismal Backwater here. Not Watery Grave. Dismal Backwater. Vampire the Dire Moon. Okay, so we're doing that. It's that kind of party, apparently. Let's Island. Gozer. You gonna do something? Alright. Pride Mate. They can't have that. No thank you. Can have none of that. Get in with Vampire. That's fine. It's totally cool. I am pro-Vampire here. Alright. Drop Vantress. Sega. Genesis. See if we can get some more value out of Quench here. That'd be really sweet. We can. We totally can. Alright. So let's do it. I'm telling you, Quench ain't bad right now. They've apparently missed their land drop. Either that or they're kicking themselves for not dropping the land first. Healer's Hawk. Little Spectral Sailor Rioti. And Gouda. What are you? Grave tapped. No attacks. End it. Opponent goes Swamp. They're down to 3 cards here. Sorin. Jeez, crazy you're working the counter spells today. They're probably not happy about it, though. You know? We'll drop that island in the bin off the Surveil and then get swung into. Okay. Watery Grave is tapped. Alright. So what you got some hot action for us, Aid? Ade. Let's get some of this real quick. This is a Jamaican cream soda. This is the drink of the day today. And I had to have it because I guess American marketing trends have forced me to put the word me in front of the word Jamaican, like Jamaican me crazy and all that stuff. And so as a result, when I saw Jamaican cream soda, I busted out laughing in the middle of Kroger. So I had to have it for various reasons that might get me demonetized if I actually put that whole joke together. But anyway, let's see what our opponent does here. They did drop Hazda Marshal, a card that I actually really like right now. I really do. I think it's great for going wide. But anyway, let's see what else they do, because they certainly have more things to do, right? Yeah, they're going to Conclave Tribunal. We're going to draw a card. Well, we've made them Conclave Tribunal a 1/1, so that's mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, let's go ahead and get an untapped land here. And in the turn there, compadre, you're going to get a free token this turn. That's how good Hazda Marshal is. Oh no. Oh no, friend. You can't have that. I'm sorry, but no. Let's get swung into. I think I might Paragon this turn. What I want to do first is Opt. Sabotage. Probably not the most important thing in the world right now, honestly. Watch it be a land. What I really want is this Lochmere Serpent. It is a land. Look at that. So go up to 18, kill the Hazda Marshal, and draw a pretty inconsequential card. Let's face it. Sego. Johnny. Gotta quench it. That sucks. I debated dropping the Swamp this turn because I want to be able to activate the Vantress. But now I can't. Alright, we'll go down to 15. Draw a Sinister Sabotage. This deck does often suck against decks that go wide. A lot of tempo decks do, so we'll see if we can claw our way out of this. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Getting counted. I bet they are so mad at all these counter spells. I would be. Lochmere on top. That's what I want. Lochmere on top. Gonna cast it next turn. Alright, so let's get popped in the teeth here. And let's Vantress. We know there's a Lochmere Serpent on top, but what's under it? A Tyrant Scorn. It's a fine card. Sure. Sure. In the turn. Fastest turn ever. Let's see what our opponent's into. Did you get another Johnny or something? Like, I would feel good for you because you now get to resolve a spell. Like, you finally get to do it. Come across this deck a lot on Arena, and I'm often surprised it's built this way. With all the little weenie guys. This doesn't seem right. But let's Lochmere Serpent. Block the token. You're gonna like Prison Realm it or something? That'd be cool. Tribunal, okay. Sack a swamp in response. Go to 9. We get another Lochmere, so that's pretty sweet. Although we can't do both of these in one turn. I think I'll actually just Tyrant Scorn this turn. Well, no, let's Lochmere this turn. Let's do that. Pass, pass. They go up to 39. Which is a staggering life total. Let's Lochmere. Hey, an island. I'll be sacrificing those. Get in. Bring our opponent down to the low life total of 32. We'll get there eventually, though. They have used 2 of their tribunals, and they might not have other removal spells in their deck. There's a Sorin. That ain't good. What's it gonna do with it? You gonna put a counter on Vampire? You see, you think you're going to do that. I got news for you. Sorin doesn't actually do anything this turn. They're actually going to get in. Cool. We're at 8. Let's Vantress. Save us, Vantress. Ha! They just scooped to the Vantress activation. Which actually they probably should. They probably should, you know. We were going to get an Opt and a Spectral Sailor. We're going to bring the Spectral Sailor down to maybe block this next turn. Draw a card or 2 at the same time. Plus the Opt is just more selection. So don't blame them scooping that one up. We're about to kill their Sorin. So they're just out of cards at that point. Now we're up against Greta the Great as the muscle relaxers kick in. They finally did. Completely legally, by the way, I'm on muscle relaxers. I took them right before I came on camera. My back is screaming at me. I went and got some today. Just because I've been doing a lot of moving around, a lot of furniture, set up a whole queen size bed, move the mattress and box springs to another room and all that, then set up a king size bed in our bedroom, move the mattress and box spring, and the mattress is like 120 pounds. So I destroyed my back the last couple of days and needed some muscle relaxers, and they are starting to make my back feel much better. So we'll see if I get loopy and make some misplays this game. I wonder if I already have by Fabled Passaging and not Vantressing. Well, I don't think so. That's definitely the right play. So let's see what happens next here in this riveting game of Magic against Greta the Great. Another sort of black-white deck, it appears to be. Worthy Knight. All right, so we're up against Knights here. And again, I don't like when decks go wide against this deck, so we might be in a little bit of trouble. What I'm going to do is Fabled Passage, I think, for a swamp. Can do that here soon, though. Claimed Contender. This one's not going to end well. I can tell you right now. Ain't looking good. Got a Corpse Knight, so it's that deck. Should have guessed. Alright. Pass it up. We'll take 2 here, I think. Maybe our opponent's thinking about swinging or not. Be the ultimate psych out. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to cut it and go to when they... Oh, there we go. It's like, jeez. Just have to do that so much. I have to cut so much out while arena opponents don't do anything. But I got to think about stuff sometimes, too. I'm just not really sure what they were thinking about when they're tapped out. If they think we have some kind of trick or not, I'm not sure. But still, let's get the black source here and go. Brineborn Cutthroat. That ain't half bad. I'd say the idea here is just a Tyrant Scorn opt, but maybe we'll counter something. Maybe they'll play in their first main phase. They do. They actually do. Can take a couple more damage. Venerable Knight. They're going way too wide on us. We're done. We're in so much trouble. Okay. Let's get a token off the battlefield or just soak up as much as we can. Yeah, let's do that for now. Drop Lochmere, and on this turn we can double Tyrant Scorn. Or we can Brineborn Cutthroat Tyrant Scorn. Opponent still has 4 cards in their hand. That's a lot of cards. Oh, that's 6. Goodness. Yeah, it's more important just to do it. Just to take it. Ouch, though. Oh boy. Wish I had a Ritual of Soot right about now. Circle of Loyalty. You're gonna make me counter stuff. God. Jeez, how crazy of a turn was that? We lose though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we lose. Let's just tell them good game here. Because, yeah, I don't think there's any way we're getting out of that. Witch's Vengeance. Would be super sweet if we even had it. Yeah, let's good game. This deck went way too wide against us. Good job, Greta. Served us up our first loss in this video. But 2-1, not bad so far. And I don't know what we were supposed to do against that. I really don't. So, let's try something else here. Worthy Knight is a good card when it actually has time to work. That was very illustrative of that. So let's try to get another one in here. Alright, in this game we're up against Torchic, the Torchic. Oh my god. And we have Disfigure but no Black Source. And that kind of bums me out, but everything else looks pretty good. Really been letting the opponent go first like every time in this video, which isn't great, but you know, we'll just have to get over it. We do draw a land, but not a Black Source, so that's stupid. Let's go ahead and tell our opponent to go. Against this probably mono green Stompy deck. No, it's green black. Another Pelt Collector, which is just hilarious. Let's kill their first one. Just use Spectral Sailor as a removal spell. Because we don't have Disfigure. Now it's online, so that's cool. Alright. Say go. Torchic, you're not playing red. Maybe it's Jund, and we just don't know. We're both on total nothing but basics. We are basic. That's cool. Alright, Edge Wall Innkeeper. Yeah, let's take one from the Pelt Collector. And then Disfigure the Innkeeper. Cannot let them have that card. Then we'll opt. It's a good card. We'll take a Tyrant Scorn. Hey, another good card, Lochmere Serpent. We just need the lands to cast it. In turn. Okay, so I think we're actually set up pretty well here. There's 4. That means it's Questing Beast time. Love-Struck Beast. Love-Struck Beast. Alright, no. That's cool. We'll take our 1. And we don't care. Drop blue, say go. I miss Drago. I really do. You can't even really play Drago now. Oh, let's Sinister Sabotage you. Buddy. You can't play spells. What are you trying to do? You can't play spells? You think this is magic? or something. Alright, so Watery Grave. Let's drop that tapped. We are 1 land away, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting beat up by these 1/1s, but we're still at 16. That's plenty of time here. Rankle. I don't like that, really. Alright, so we'll Brazen Borrower. Blow that Rankle back to their hand. Tyrant Scorn. Pelt Collector. And take our 1. Drop land, say go. Hey, we got another Tyrant Scorn. That's fine. I really wanted a land here. That's cool. They go Rankle again. We'll just block it with Borrower. They do. Alright, so looking pretty decent here. Let's go. Got an opt. In the turn. Alright. Our opponent's running dangerously low on resources here. Questing Beast. Let's opt in response. Just figure not quite good enough right now. It's another opt. So let's opt in response. We got a negate. Not good enough, but not a bad card. We got an island. For all that opting, we got an island. Resolve Questing Beast. But we wanted the island, to be honest. Now all we can do is return the Questing Beast to their hand. Oh no. Boo-hoo. Brazen Borrower. That's actually good. I was just looking. I was reading for a second. Alright. Sega. So they go Questing Beast again. Our tempo is incredible. Brazen Borrower that. They're at 12. They're just going to Questing Beast again, but it's fine. Second main. They're tapped out. We'll go ahead and Brazen Borrower. Our turn. And we got a land. Not all the way happy about getting a land here. That's fine, though. Hit him for 3. We finally drew some blood in this game. End it. Alright. Foulmire. Fabled Passage off the Foulmire Knight. I'm going to play Lochmere Serpent. And I am going to block Questing Beast. And then I should just be able to get back Lochmere Serpent. Rankle, the Rankle, the Lovestruck Beast, and the Questing Beast. And an Edgewall Innkeeper, I believe. Yeah. And we'll swing her in. So there you go. Alright, we're not firmly in control or anything, but we're doing okay here this game. Hopefully they didn't draw a bomb this turn. That's the thing about this blue-black or green-black adventure deck. A lot of crazy cards in here. Oh, they're going to find just a couple of Pelp Collectors, though. We can probably deal with that, right? Boy, glad that we used Lochmere Serpent when we did. That would have been disastrous. Go to 10 here. Then we can opt. Get some action. Black Lance. I'll take it. We get a land, which is great actually. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, now we can Black Lance and Lochmere in the same turn. Get in. Go 10 up here. And then hopefully have a ridiculous turn this turn. Lovestruck Beast. Lovestruck Beast. Alright, they're coming in. Nothing. Alright. And we should have them here, right? Yeah, we really ought to. Alright, let's try and get in. Yep, that's it. Sweet. Good game right there. That was a very good example of what I'm trying to do with this deck. Alright, well, last one here. We're 3-1. Let's see if we can go 4-1 against Fibsy64, who took forever to connect to. But our opponent again goes first, which is just exactly what a tempo deck wants. Supposed to, like a tempo deck, it wants to win about 50% of its games, because 50% of the time, theoretically, you're going to go first, and a tempo deck is way better on if it gets to go first. But that said, we haven't. We don't get to go first. Almost ever. But it hasn't really cost us that much in terms of, win-loss ratio. So let's drop an island. Say go. They went with Azorius Guild Gate. I wonder if we're up against a gate stack. Tranquil Cove. No, it's just blue-white. Very likely, it's just blue-white. Sayla. C'est la vie. Alright, so let's drop another island here. Get in. We're going to take the Spectral Sailor all the way, everybody. They will never get a time wipe. In the turn. See if they try to Teferi here. They do not. Spectral Sailor. See if it gets absorbed. Doesn't. Alright. Hit 'em up style. Watery Grave. Tapped. Do it, buddy. That was weirdly choppy. Alright. Oh, they're one of these, folks. People that are always making a sandwich. It's like they're always doing something else. They can't just hit resolve or pass or whatever. Alright, Brazen Borrower. We're not going to let you have any of that. You can't have either half of that, my friend. Sorry. Of course, that opens them up to play Teferi next turn, but I kind of don't care. I really don't. By all means, cast Teferi, return a Spectral Sailor to our hand so we can attack into your Teferi and kill it next turn anyway. Anyway, Watery Grave. Tipped. Everybody attack. I'm going to Brazen Borrower again. I'm going to make sure you never get a Brazen Borrower, dude. Maybe they'll quench that. They dispute it. Okay. You got me. Paragon. You want to trade? Do you? They have got a lot of Brazen Borrowers. It is apparently the only creature in their deck, and they're playing 28 copies. So, yeah. If you wanted a counterspell war, you've got it, kid. Alright, in turn. It'll be real fun when I just play both Spectral Sailors this turn. We'll see if that happens or not. Little do you know it, we're both on the same team opponent. We just want to play Control and Standard. That's all. Is it too much to ask? Sailor. Come on. Brazen Borrower. Sailor. Hey, we got a Brazen Borrower. We got one of our very own. Send in the clowns here. They are going to trade. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted, opponent. Alright, in turn. Vantress on their side. Let's just attempt a Paragon here and see what they do about it. Borrower. But of course. Nah, I don't want to be that cute. I think it'd be silly to be that cute. We'll take a Fabled Passage. I will opt again. Yeah, I want that 6th land. Paragon, Fabled Passage comes down. Pop it for a blue. Pop it for a blue. Get him in. Tough decision. Do you block the card draw engine? Yep, they do. Alright, both at 3 cards here. Control can do a lot with 3 cards, and a Castle Vantress for that matter. Alright, the time wipe. It's fine. A 5-mana spot removal spell. We will Paragon. And then Borrower. The creature half. And at this point, we in there like swimwear. Bop, opponent at 7. Castle Lochmere. And see if they can do anything. Time wipe. Turn Borrower to our hand. Resolve. And then Borrower again. Easy peasy. Alright. Swing away. Put him at 4. In the turn. Agent of Treachery. Just really didn't think I had to worry about you, buddy. I really didn't, you know? Opt. Gets us a Castle Vantress. Should have done that in reverse order. Okay. This isn't so bad. That's awful, on the other hand. That's not good at all.
This isn't a fight you can win. Let's try this.
Why didn't I go ahead and do stuff while Teferi was on the stack? It's our turn. Get in one good shot with this serpent, it's done. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect, right? Let's take back our borrower. Turn the Teferi to their hand. And end the turn. I'm going to scry 2 here. Really interesting game. They can definitely still win. I like that we've got them down on cards, but they've got us down on cards too, so. That's Fairy. Brazen Borrower. See if we get the Brazen Borrower returned to our hand.
Right on schedule.
They can just return that to their hand. But they don't have the mana to cast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prison Realm, the Brazen Borrower. Oh, we have to be very careful now. That doesn't do a whole lot. By the way, Teferi should say instant spells. Each opponent can only cast instants. It shouldn't completely invalidate Flash, but alright. That's not just because of this situation we find ourselves in here, by the way. That's just the truth. Because if I could get in one shot with this Lochmere, that'd be game. But it's going to be really tough to engineer that.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Alright, so 3 in their hand, 1's an Agent of Treachery. God knows what the other 2 are, and they've scryed for them too with Castle Vantress, so. Isn't it amazing how smooth the draws get once Vantress is out? But they're deciding what they want to do this turn. They might cast Agent. Target a land. It's a thing people do. They're Hourglass now, while they make a decision. No, instead they've just gone to the bathroom or something. Why do people do this? I guess I'm going to cut it, probably. I'm probably going to cut this part out of the video, because I should cut up gameplay when people do this. Because, man, this is a very long decision. This is a whole rope and a half at this point. Come on. Well, there's another one. They're down to 1. So, maybe they are unconscious. I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep playing this game. It's been a really good game so far. Both people still have a chance, but I think the pendulum is actually in their favor right now by a good margin. So I don't know why they're just AFK. All right, that's all their timeouts. That's it. So, was somebody at the door? Are you paying for your pizza right now? Play something. Right. That was your last chance, I guess. Pass. Castle Vantris. Huh. I don't want you. I don't particularly want you. I want a way to deal with resolved planeswalkers. Is what I want the most, right? But that just ain't gonna happen. So what we do is we petty theft this Teferi back to their hand. And then we play Lochmere Serpent in response. But they can just send it back to our hand. Teferi's such a ridiculous Magic card. It really is. But let's see if they just die to the hourglass here. I mean, they might. What are they doing? I seriously hope they're okay. Like, whenever this happens in the middle of a game for no apparent reason, and there's no, like, spite or ill will towards one another or anything, I end up finding myself hoping that they're okay. They didn't have, like, a heart attack or something. I know it's really morbid, but I just hope they're fine. I mean, if you don't do anything, then, like, that's game, right? I mean, yeah. That was a weird one. Okay. Okay, I guess we made some good plays that game, though. I mean, ultimately, we went 4-1. I do not know why they went AFK there at the end. I have no idea, but I'll keep it in the video. I'll keep it in the video. Let's go to Blue-Black Flash again. Check this out. Now, one thing that I noticed is that we really need a way to deal with resolved planeswalkers. I just said that, right? But things like Brazen Borrower really don't cut it. And especially against cards like Teferi, Lochmere Serpent isn't really a great card. As a matter of fact, Teferi helps invalidate more or less our entire deck. So, especially against resolved Teferis, we need to do something. So I think maybe the Elder Spell or Murderous Rider might go really well in this deck. I'm just not really sure how to do it or in what quantities. You know, this deck does have a sideboard, so things like Noxious Grasp are going to be good against both Teferis and Okos. So, you know, just think about that in the second game. That'd be much better. And then Ether Gust, too, is going to be decent against both Okos and the Questing Beasts and stuff like that we might also have a problem with. A couple more Mystical Disputes can take out Teferis and Okos in early turns and stuff. And we also have the Murderous Rider already in the sideboard to, again, deal with resolved planeswalkers. So if that's what you're having trouble with, that's what you want to be doing in game 2. But I think that cards like Murderous Rider, for instance, or even a copy of 2 of Noxious Grasp at this moment in time, could make their way into the main deck. I'm just not sure what to take out. You know, we don't have too many threats, so I don't really want to cut down anymore on Spectral Sailors and Blacklands Paragons, even though I think if I was going to take one card out, it might be Paragon, but not all 4. You know, just cut it down to 2 or 3 Paragons, and you slip in a copy of the Elder Spell or a Murderous Rider or something like that to make sure that you can deal with Teferis and stuff once they do resolve. So anyway, I think the deck is pretty good, though, and has real promise, especially, you know, once you do get to game 2. We didn't see that this video, but, I mean, between Negate, Noxious Grasp, and Ether Gust, we just have, like, the best sideboard cards in the format. So, I mean, I liked it. I'm interested in playing a lot more of this deck, and I'm going to do just that. But anyway, if you liked it, you know what to do. Just check out the link in the description. Go to TCG Player. Check out the list. It's actually, like, not super cheap, but also not very expensive. Like, what? The Watery Graves and I guess Brazen Borrowers are the most expensive cards in the deck. So it's not going to come out to really too much at the end of the day. I mean, what is it? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We'll call it $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. I mean, it's like before the lands, it's like $10 plus Brazen Borrowers plus Watery Grave. And you can just take out the Watery Graves and put in like more Dismal Backwaters or whatever. So Fabled Passage is in here too, and it costs $1 billion. You take that out, it doesn't matter. I mean, the mana would work pretty well regardless. But that said, if you added the Elder Spell, you might want to more reliably make 2 black mana. So there's a bit of a line that you're walking there. But again, I think the deck has real potential. And especially in game 2 and 3, I think it could perform really, really well, which is something that you don't often say about, like, you know, every tempo deck in the format. But just let me know how you felt about it and how you would change it and all that. You know, 4-1 isn't a bad record, although the last game barely counts. Again, I think that they had the advantage there once they resolved that Teferi. But I was trying to engineer a way to get Lochmere Serpent to be able to swing in without it getting hit by, Agent of Treachery. That would have been the worst thing ever. So we're kind of doing a little dance there, and it all fell apart at the end, but I wish we would have been able to keep dancing. But the other games that we got to play, I feel like are fairly illustrative of what we're trying to do. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to click the link in the description. Check it out. Helps me out when you do that. Like the video. That's really cool when you do that too. Put me in more recommended feeds. Check out the Patreon if you want to support content like this. I can take my headphones off now. That's much better. You're talking with headphones on, it feels like you got a cold. Like, I want to be a streamer. I do. I would like to stream content, but I don't understand how streamers do it. I mean, to them it sounds like they have a cold all day, right? But anyway, I think that's it for this one. So do all the YouTube stuff. Check out the Patreon. You want to support content like this and help choose what decks we even do on the channel. Like, this one was on a Patreon poll, and it didn't make the Patreon poll. Like, it didn't win the Patreon poll. So rather than put it on the polls again, I figured I'd just do some gameplay with it. It turns out it is some pretty dank jank at the end of the day. So, and again, it can be built in multiple ways where it's not going to cost you that much money. I do think you need the Brazen Borrowers, but you don't necessarily need the Shocklands. So anyway, try it out if you can. It obviously works. we won some games there, and a lot of them we actually had some business winning. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do the things, and I'm Dev from the place. I'll catch you cats later. I got to finish this Jamaican me cream soda. Spread love and be kind.